Hello. What's up? Took a little sip. Good. First things first. Type that funny little command into chat. And you'll get the game. And the link will just, that same message will also just periodically drop automatically. I'm actually gonna, what? No, I think every 15 minutes is, oh, yep, there it goes. It also just pops up every 15 minutes of live. Even though I have not been live for 15 minutes. Okay. Well, anyway. I'm about to play the demo. You can also play the demo there. And there is going to be crowdfunding for it next month, according to the Steam announcements. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's... Oh yeah, you can. I just looked at the mic. Just get down to... Before... freaking get unbearable. But yeah. It's Arrow Week. I do that. I was hoping to make something for it, but I got too caught up in other things. So I'll just showcase something other people have made. Once it opens. Indigenous. God. All the frames? Okay. This is about... Awesome. There's the info. Oh, this music's fun. Oh, awesome. Cool. That's fun. Oh, I love this already. Oh no! Oh! Also, I assume that's for putting you in the game. But I'm just a little static PNG. Let's do full screen mode. This seems fun. Let's do medium. standard controls. Alright. The little parallax. Oh, it's fun. Right to left. Okay. Clock. Thud, thud. Girls! Quickly! Find her! Where is she? Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Protagonist. And ding. Oh. I think I saw her over there. Behind the water fountain. Why is this happening to me? I assume your little VTuber would go here? If that was something that I could do. But I'm just a little image. Oh, I'm covering her! Hang on. Let me... Oh, no. I can't. Hang on. What? Oh, what? How do I ungroup it? There we go. Now can I move me? No! What? Oh my god, hang on. Wait, that's the wrong one. Oh. Just gonna move that. There's me. Hang on. No. No. Not that much. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now I'm out of her way. Awesome. I have no idea what's going on. Ha! Found you! Yee! You're mine now. I am? You don't mind me asking a few questions, right? Oh god, she's asking me questions? I don't like answering questions. What if she wants to know how my day was? or what my favorite color is. It's too much pressure. What are you spacing out for, huh? Crap. Quick, think of something to say. What do you mean? You heard me. You're trying to act cute or something? What's your name? My name? It's... Carrie. My name is Carrie. Carrie, huh? Wait, no, that doesn't sound right. Oh gosh, what is my name again? What is your name? My name is Aya. Aya, huh? That's an interesting name. Hey. My name isn't that funny. I don't think so, at least. Anyway, I just remember I need to get to class. See you around. You're not going anywhere. I mean, I don't need to get to class. I'm staying right here. I have more questions to ask you, and you're gonna answer them whether you like it or not. Great. Health bar! So shouldn't we get to know each other a bit more? Cutie. Cutie? Wait, she's talking about me? She is? But no one wants to talk to me, do they? Should I say something? What if I say the wrong thing? Hello, or to Aya. I'm still talking to you. Yes, ma'am. I know everyone, so you must be new here. Where did you transfer from? I actually want to know that. I don't feel good about this. Old school? My last school? I know that already! Oh, why did I say that? It's true, but she isn't satisfied with such an obvious response. Double down! No, really. It's called, my last middle school. I don't believe you. I wouldn't believe me either. Alright, get me out of here. I'm already exhausted. What more does she want to know? Better yet, why? Wanna know, what do you think about me? No clue. I don't really know. Huh? Why not? Just met you. I just met you. So? Hi. You're just avoiding the question, aren't you? It's just me, or she look at me kind of weird? Was it something I said? Alright, cutie. Cutie? I'm gonna ask you a very important question. You need to answer like your life depends on it. Are you ready? No. What do you think of my outfit today? Very black. Well, it's certainly a lot of black. So you think I'm goth or something now? No, I mean, unless that's what you're going for? What am I to you? Some fake black silhouette of a high school girl? My patience is growing thin. Oh no, did I make her upset? Maybe I'm just misreading the situation. That's gotta be it. I am so upset with you right now. I'm definitely not misreading the situation. You don't really seem to care about me at all, do you? You just view me the same as trash on the sidewalk, don't you? What? No, it's not. Do, admit it. You're wrong. Well, yeah? Well, prove it. What's my name then? Well, it's... Random girl? Random girl? You remembered. You remember my name. That settles it. It's time to make it official. Official? Please, you don't have to do this. I do though, otherwise I'm going to go crazy. Oh jeez, what did I ever do to deserve this? Never seen this girl in my life. I'll just avoid eye contact, that usually works. No sudden movements, don't provoke, speak gently. Hopefully I'll appear less threatening. More so than I already am. What are you muttering about? Oh no, I made eye contact. Fiery eyes are sucking me in. So intense. I hear her hand slap against the wall beside me. I flinch, eyes shooting open. Alright, that's it. I've had it. Forced me to do this, so you better take responsibility. Close my eyes and brace for impact. Please go out with me. Huh? Did I hear that right? Her face is flushed red now. Though she's nervous, she doesn't seem any less imposing. What's going on? Is this a joke, or... No, she seems oddly serious. I like you. What? I'm really getting a confession right now? Why is this happening all of a sudden? Me? Nothing about me stands out. You might just be the most perfect girl I've ever laid my eyes on. No, anyone's ever laid their eyes on. I like you. You like me. I like you. No, that's not right. I think I love you. It's all a bit sudden, isn't it? I mean, we only just learned each other's names. It's love at first sight. Aya, will you go out with me? That's what I want to say, but I can't. Wait, you barely know anything about me. Are you sure about all this? Yes. Oh. Could you be a little less sure about it? No. Oh, alright. I knew from the first moment you said Carrie that we were destined to be together. But Carrie isn't even my name. I know. It is so cute that you messed it up. I'm not really looking to date right now. Oh, I see. Oh? You understand? I do. Ooh, that was close. My heart's still racing. I understand. That's good. I understand completely. I'm glad. Because clearly... we just skipped straight to marriage! I had other plans for when I graduate. Forget about all that. I'm marrying you instead. We're going to get married, right? Please help me! Please help me! Huh? What's that? You will? I knew you'd say yes. Ah, married, together, forever. Oh no, she seems serious. It's not gonna end well if I let her get carried away like this. I don't want to get married right now. It's okay, I just need to turn her down. Put out the fire early. No. Hey, we'll live in a beautiful house together and go on our honeymoon. We'll cook me dinner and... Oh no. Is this what happens when people like each other too much? Nothing I say seems to matter. I need to be careful not to let this happen. I don't want people to fall in love with me. But I don't want them to hate me either. How do I make a balance so that they don't like me too much or too little? Oh, I'm too introverted for all this. I live in a beautiful house with 13 kids. She's too far gone. Gotta get out of here fast. Escape from this woman! I can't breathe. To get away. Anywhere but here. I need to think of a way to distract her. But how? Bird. Over there! Over there! Bird! Where? Right behind you! Hey, where'd you go? I'll sprint away as fast as I can while she's looking the other way. How did this happen to me? Let's rewind a bit. The story starts a long way back. Way back to the beginning. Such a long time ago, I barely even remember it. When, you say? It was this morning. New day and new school. All the way there, I sorta just wish I could just never arrive. Many people get lost on the first day, right? Guess not. My steps are slightly off kilter, not only because of my shaking knees, but also because I'm not exactly sure where to look as I walk. I'm getting the uncanny feeling that everyone's looking my way. Am I being paranoid? Maybe this is all a terrible idea. On the back of my neck, painfully aware of how exposed it feels. This just might be the coldest April I've ever experienced for a while. The closer I get to school, the more I see other people wearing the same uniform as me. Am I one of them now? It's weird to think that I'm now a student at a prestigious school. Well, Love All-Girls High School was as prestigious as a school can be around these parts. And a prestigious school means prestigious students. Looking around, the uniform felt so much more imposing when worn by somebody else. Hope they don't think I'm weird. I didn't really get to make any friends in my previous school. Unless I want the same thing to happen here, or worse, I have to make sure Unless I want the same thing to happen here, or worse, I have to make sure I give a good first impression. I give a good impression. Ugh. Do your best, me. Ugh. Before I could turn tail and run all the way back home, I clutched the door handle again. This classroom's the one. I take a deep breath and cross my fingers. Here goes nothing. Girls? So many eyes. They're all staring right at me. My eyes flit down to check that I'm not in my pajamas or something. Nope, everything's there. Close the door behind me and bow apologetically. As I scan the room for an empty seat, the homeroom teacher turns around from the chalkboard. Ah, you must be the new student. Nice to meet you. Why don't you introduce yourself to the class? Aw, don't be shy. I'm... Relax. Take a deep breath. Inhale, hold, and exhale. Say what you want to say, no matter how intense it is. I'm gonna hold it down. I'm scared. No, wait, I meant, my name is, dead silence? Is that a shadow forming on everyone's faces? Did I say something stupid? Something on my face? The tension in the room is gripping at my throat. With each passing second, the air slowly sucks out of the room. I can't breathe. I'm gonna die. Is this how it all ends? Is this how my story ends? Guess that's it for me. I won't be able to find any friends at this school. I won't be alone. Again. Welcome! Everyone bursts into cheers. Huh? What's going on? Why are you transferring? Where are you from? When's your birthday? You look like a Scorpio to me. Which do you prefer, Coke or Pepsi? It's 2 plus 2. Volleys of questions come flying at me and I'm frozen in place. Alright, settle down. Let the transfer student breathe. Teacher patted my shoulder. Finally exhaled. How did I not pass out from that? Transferring schools is always stressful. I hope you'll adjust in time. Okay, I want someone to show Aya around the school during lunch. If you want to volunteer, please raise your... Almost immediately, every hand in the room is in the air. Looks of silent, desperate pleading dart across the class. Alright then. Guess I'll just have to pick someone. How about... Miss Class Rep? It will be my pleasure, sir. Ugh. Don't call me sir. I'm not that old. Reluctantly, everyone lowers their hands. Quiet grumbles and complaints are tossed around about how they would have been a better guide. I hope you two become fast friends. Friends? Is such a thing really possible? Was I allowed to be friends with someone just like that? Come sit next to me, Aya. She motions towards an empty desk next to her. I scurry to occupy it. I could sense some intense glares with killing intent behind my back. I'm getting the feeling that people don't seem to like me very much. Oh, you silly, you're silly. Nice to meet ya. Likewise. first homeroom of the year starts, and I'm relieved that I don't have to make eye contact with people anymore. This is a water fountain! That's the storage area. This is the restroom. I did my best to nod along this kind of continue to return to school. This is another water fountain. There's attention to detail, and then there's this. Force a smile. I hope I don't offend my first friend at the school by appearing ungrateful. Are you alright, Aya? Is something wrong? Oh, no, not really. I'm fine. I get it. Transferring schools must be hard, right? Yeah, it's been whatever, you know. I goofed it. Oh, sorry, did you say something? Don't worry about it. Well, in any case, I know the school like the back of my hand, so I'll make sure you're prepared for absolutely anything. That is, if you're happy with me being your tour guide. Wait, well, she's looking at me. I guess she wants me to say something? You better be careful what I say if I don't want to hurt her feelings. Or get her hopes up. So, are you excited, or...? Open to it. Well, I'm open to whatever tour you have to offer. Good. I'm glad you're willing to give me a chance. And maybe I can get to learn a bit more about you along the way, too. She seems to have taken that pretty well. And she looks just as excited as before, no more, no less. Maybe I could find friends here after all. Why don't we start with that tour? Oh, of course. Now what better way to start the tour than with some trivia? I regret everything. Since you're new, start with the basics. Do you know our school's name? Love all girls school? I think that was it. It's Love all girls school, right? You know what? That's pretty close, so you get that one for free. It's actually Love all girls high school, but yeah, close enough. It's a bit of an odd name, but it has a storied history. Why is the name odd? You're joking, right? You know what? Don't overthink it too much. Since you got the answer right, you get 1 tour point. Oh, can I redeem tour points for anything? Nope, they're just for fun. Tour fun? Oh. Off the tour. No, water, I need water. Well, here's our first stop. Ugh. The short, sharp squeaks of sneakers on the gym floor fill the air as a handful of students play basketball. Right, the gym. Are you alright? You seem nervous. Oh, I'm fine. I'm just not a big fan of PE. Oh, I understand. I'm not very athletic myself. Well, you're tall. You probably get picked first for volleyball at least. Oh, no, no, no. I'm not very, coordinated. Sometimes when I jump to hit the ball, I accidentally bump to the other girls. That doesn't sound so... After the third time, I broke someone's toe by landing on their foot. After the third time I broke someone's toe by landing on their foot, I'm not allowed to play volleyball anymore. Oh. Besides, Akane's the one who always gets picked first. Who? Oh, Akane. One in red out there. Akane is the team ace. Of the basketball team? All of them. All of them? All the club teams. From basketball to track and field, swimming to judo, and a few more. All of them. Well, except maybe the chess team and the debate team. Those go to someone else because they're not really sports, but yeah, all the sports teams. Seriously? Yep. They call her the Red Beast. She holds every athletic record. She's on every team, and she's never lost a game. What the? Manga time! Beast! Girls! Action! Floor. Squeak. His shoes are gone. Fire! Oh, slam dunk! That's the beast. She completely burnt that net. A student standing by the base of the basketball hoop with a fire extinguisher quickly puts it out with practiced ease. Did she really just set the hoop on fire? The basketball from Akane's dunk hit the ground so hard it bounced back up nearly to the roof. When it came down again, it hit the edge of the bleachers and ricocheted, now heading directly at my face. Brace myself for impact. Or rather, flinch ineffectually. But it never comes. You alright? That voice too somewhere? I can't think of it. I peer around her and see she's holding the ball. And for a moment, I think I see a wisp of smoke coming off her hands. Hi, you hear me? Oh, sorry. Yes, I mean, yes, I hear you. Not yes, I'm alright. But I'm alright too. Also, sir, ma'am? Hey, you look pretty shaken up there. You okay? I'm alright. Good. Never let one of my teammates get hurt, and I'm not starting today. What about the sumo tournament? That definitely doesn't count because I wasn't there. What happened at the sumo tournament? He thought it'd be fun to hold a tournament while Akane was away. So we kind of, Amy decided to hire a professional sumo wrestler to take her place. We couldn't think of anything else that could simulate practicing against Akane. Akane wasn't much of a challenge compared to her, though. The pro sumo wrestler tried to sue the school for emotional damages. Sumo's been banned at our school since. What? I skipped practice to help out my family for 1 day. Sorry about that. Hey Fuka. My cat's here now. Take a little sip. Got me some slack, will you? Anyways. Glad you're alright. What's your name, new kid? Oh, my name's Aya. Aya. It's a good name. Easy to remember. Thanks. I'm giving you a tour of all our facilities. Except maybe the boiler room. And some of the janitor's closets. Oh, and I'm not sure if it's worth showing her the teacher's parking lots. But if we look at those... Well, Kade looks like she's going to be occupied for a minute. So, are you planning to join any sports teams? I'm always looking to recruit more people. Joining a team? Already? I don't even know my schedule yet. But also, I don't want to disappoint her. Hi, Fuka. You just sitting pretty? She's just sitting. What if I say something dumb or overcommit? Not sure yet. I love sports. Terrible at sports. Well, I'm terrible at sports. I'd hate to drag your teams down. You'll never get better with that kind of attitude. Besides, the girls who went on my team said the same thing. But look where they are now. Girls on the court are flexing their muscles at each other and trying to see which one has nicer abs. It seems very, intense. Well, thanks. Say, why don't you try joining our team for the rest of the game? Oh, I'll, sit this one out. Gotta, I know. Yep. You're a bit strange, you know that? I like it. This makes you like an underdog. Thank you. I think. Hi, Fuka. Oh, she wants out. Hang on. Hi. Hey. Yeah. Yeah? You wanna go? Hi. Yeah? Oh. There she goes. Yeah? What? Oh, right now? Why right now? Why are you going in and out right now? You're silly. Come on, Fuka. Hey. Come on. Hey. Silly. You're silly. Come on. Come on. Make up your mind. Good night, honey. Go. There you go. Cat is gone. Ugh. Oh, realized in all this commotion I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Akane. I'm the captain of... Actually, I already knows what teams you're the captain of, because she has an A+ tour guide. Isn't that right? Why would you put me on the spot like this? Yeah, you're the captain of... These are the ones I remember? Captain of basketball, volleyball, track field, judo? Generally not sure if I should be offended or flattered. I had just misspelled because she's flustered. Of course she knows you're captain of all the sports teams. Ooh, that was a close call. Well, I'm glad you got to watch a sick play of mine. Maybe we could teach you a trick or two someday. Thanks for the offer, but I don't think I could even pull off a fraction of what you just did. Why don't we just start off with some simple lifting then? You can bench press, right? Or maybe start you with some dumbbells? Yoga weights? Could probably manage that if I brought enough water. Maybe, I think. Akane, clearly you're intimidating her with all this muscle talk. Come on, Aya. You still got a lot of school to see. Right, thanks for the offer though. Bye-bye! Wait, do you want to watch the rest of the game? And this is the home economics classroom. It's really dark. Why are the blinds closed? Oh, that's because I don't do home economics classes till after lunch. Not since the noodle incident of '87. What? I hear a wet, squelching, popping sound. What was that? There's a heavy, meaty thunk, then another. What was that? Sorry about all the interruptions. I do not know what's up with today. I'm not sure. Maybe I should ask. Her? Her? Who? You shouldn't be here. Unless you want to lose a limb. I'll have to make sure you don't tell anyone. Oh god, please don't kill me! What did you just say? Oh god, please don't kill me? You're scaring her, Katsumi. Here, let me turn the lights on. Ah, there. Much better. Don't worry, Aya. This is Katsumi. She's, well, I guess not harmless per se. Anyway, I was just giving Aya here a tour of the school. Aya, is it? I see. My, aren't you just adorable? Why do you have blood all over you? Oh, this? This is just animal blood. Oh, thank God. Well, technically at least. Fun fact, humans are animals. Technically. Yes, I suppose they are. I'm cutting up dead bodies. What? Yesterday we learned how to carve a chicken. The teacher said I was too aggressive. I got an A-. Simply unacceptable. So I'm practicing before the practical exam. By cutting up bodies. Chicken bodies. Chickens. Okay, whew. That's... Wait, why are you doing it in the dark? Lights were on. People will come in and find out why. What did you think I was doing? Nothing. Nothing at all. Don't worry. It's not like I'm murdering people in the home ec room. Or what? There'd be nowhere to get rid of the bodies. Wait, then if you were just cutting up chickens, what was that about making sure we didn't tell anyone? Oh, that. It's really a shame after all. We only just met, and yet I'm gonna have to silence you. Don't worry. It's not hurt one bit. Oh god, you're really gonna kill me. I'm giving you each $36,250 if you keep this a secret. That's a very specific number. $36,250 this time. You're feeling pretty generous today, Katsumi. My apologies. That's the only leftover spare change I have for today. Wait, that's not a joke? You're actually gonna give us that much money? Katsumi never jokes around when it comes to money. Come from a wealthy family. I see. Besides, I have a reputation to maintain. If people knew I got an A-, I would never live down. No problem. We could keep a secret. So, were you just interested in learning some home ec? Maybe you fancy yourself the domestic type? Alright, you make a good impression. Just take your time and speak from the heart. Make sure to answer properly. Otherwise, I'll have to start using this knife. Let's get back to cutting, of course. Never mind, I need to answer as fast as humanly possible. You mean you don't have a 15-year plan? Usually I'm a little too busy trying to navigate the present. Well, you better start worrying about whether or not you'll have a future. Because you'll be living in this adult before you know it. I don't like the way she's looking at me. I've always fancied myself a bit of a homemaker. You definitely seem like a homey type? Aw, I'm glad you think so. Truth be told, I don't have anyone to make a home with. Still woefully single after all these years. What about you? You just transferred here. Does that mean you're single? Very single? I'm actually very single. Oh, so forward. I like that. No, I more meant that I've liked being single. Till now. I'm flattered. more like I'm not looking to date anyone else. We've only just met, but if you're so sure that I'm so much better than everyone else... This is going terribly. I think Guy is trying to say she's waiting to see if she meets the right person. Oh, I know. I just like watching her squirm. You look so serious and adorably terrified. I can't imagine why. Well, money does solve everything. So let me just pay you now. Oh dear. How much was it again? Does the history go that far back? I'm pretty sure it was 22,650. You sure there, Aya? I could have sworn she said 36,250. I was close. I mixed up some of the numbers. In fact, I wrote it down. Well, I don't want Aya feeling undercut. How about this? I'll owe you a big favor, and we'll call it even. Favor? Yep. I'll do anything for you. Absolutely anything. You know, I think I'll just ask for the money. Still, it's too bad. I would have liked to make a better first impression on such a cute new student. Cute? Very. Simply adorable. Especially when you're nervous. That look at the stress just makes me want to tease you more and more. No, I don't. Okay, Katsumi. I'll be going now. Come on, Aya. Let's go somewhere a little quieter for our next stop. Okay, let's go. See you around, Aya. And remember, keep this a secret. If you tell anyone, well now. Yes, ma'am. See you later, Katsumi. Oh, I forgot about the money again. Awesome. Oh, look. That's another water fountain right there. This school has a lot of water fountains, doesn't it? Sure does. Wait, that might be the same water fountain from earlier. Oh. Anyway, up ahead is the school cafeteria. Wanna go inside? No, I'm good. No point to dampen the mood inside there with my gloomy presence. In that case, let's... out of the way! Keep on going. Got any inkling of surprise or hesitation? Kade steps aside. Purple object hurls towards me unimpeded. Before I register what's going on, I'm knocked back onto my behind. A small girl also falls, place planting against the ground. Ow, are you okay? No, I am utterly defeated. It's the very hour when the world needs me most. Sorry. This is Nozomi. The school's #1 occupational hazard. Don't worry, your reflexes will improve over time. Foolish mortal! dare speak of me as merely some obstacle? I am no mere cog in this loathsome false paradigm. If you must address me, use my proper title. What was it again? It was Cursed Harbinger of Destiny? The Accursed Harbinger of Destiny! Destroyer of False Eternity! The Dark Champion of the Euthonian Realms! Cower when you hear my name, the Great Nozomin! Tremble before my sheer power! Look at her go! Oh my, that's one I haven't heard before. You've been working on it a little bit, haven't you? I don't think that's the right conjugation though. Shouldn't it be euphonic? What? Silence, Myrtle! You must have misheard me. Are you fine now? No, I'm on a secret mission I cannot afford to fail. The fate of the world depends on it. Wait a minute. Tis you! My dearest rival! Me? You've returned after millennia in exile. My sworn sister, my former ally, my sole lingering regret. Sorry, have we met before? Oh gods, have you forgotten me? Do you no longer hold dear that promised meet at the Temple of Harmony? Do you truly not remember anything of your former life? Hit by truck. I was hit by a truck and got amnesia. Of course. Only a late game player like you would max out your level and get transported to another world. However, the final boss of this one. Do not go punching the teacher again. It was merely to enhance my abilities to get experience points. I think you need some leveling up on your common sense, Dad. Surely you must at least remember one of my illustrious titles that you helped me earn. Fuck. Master of Destiny? Master of the... no, Champion of Demons something. Wait, was it Harbinger of Destiny? Is that a yes silence or a no silence? I am not, as you say, Harbinger of Destiny. Perhaps I was foolish to think you'd be able to remember in your current state. It takes something truly supernatural to call any of your titles. I'm pretty sure you're mistaking me for somebody else. Nonsense. Clearly your reincarnations over the years have taken their toll. No, really, I think... You doubt my cosmic gifts and mystic arts? Very well. A simple demonstration should suffice. You're gonna want to brace yourself. Why? I'll tell you later. Worry not. I'm well aware of my rival's martial prowess. I shall simply read your very mind. Close your eyes. Think very clearly. Think of an object, perhaps. Come. Yes. I can see you're thinking of something nourishing. The discs of prophecy, divided into 8 pyramids of power. Pizza. She's talking about pizza. Actually I was thinking of cup. Cup? Clearly you must be casting your most powerful immunity concealment magics to disguise your true thoughts. I was totally doing that. Yep. You see, I knew you were actually thinking of pizza because... Growls. I help her out. Is it because you're hungry by any chance? Preposterous! Well, they are offering free pizza in the cafeteria for the first day of school. The fire you hear is merely the fire that burns in my soul. This reminds me of my comrade and her powers of self-concealment. Even I cannot detect her hidden presence when she's at her full focus. My sworn sister, it is bittersweet that this reunion comes at such an inopportune time. But rest assured, I have never forgotten our promise. I don't even want to think of what that promise might be. Though faint, I can still see the true heart of your past self that burns bright. Until next time, sweet Sakura child. There she goes. The purple girl turned on her heel and dashed off, arms trailing behind her. Awesome. Is she gonna be okay? Don't worry. She's always like that. Quite energetic, isn't she? Yeah. Kappa? Was that a weird thing to be thinking about? Oh, not at all. I just find it interesting. Wait, what are you writing down? Nothing. On the tour. And here's the art room. Guided gestures around the room. It's still and quiet and mostly empty. Large windows that are letting in the morning light. Wow, it looks kind of nice actually. Oh, do you do art? Oh, no, it just seems peaceful, I guess? Well, normally there's at least 1 or 2 students in here, finishing up art projects and things like that, so it's a little more lively. Seems like it's a little empty right now. Empty right now? I give Kade a confused look, then glance over at the girl who was already in the room when we entered. She turned around to look at us, setting down her brush and cocking her head to the side. Her face is expressionless. She is still very much holding her brush. Sorry to interrupt. The silent girl shakes her head in what I assume is a forgiving manner. And goes back to painting. Interrupt? Oh, I was talking to the other girl? What other girl? I look back and forth between the girl by the window and Kade. You don't see anyone over there? Where? The girl, you know, over there with the... You could kinda... Oh no, she thinks I'm crazy. Aya? Are you doing alright? Gotta cover this fast. Yeah, just pulling a prank on you. Classic make you look for a girl who isn't there fake out. Huh. It's not a prank I've ever heard of. It's because it's, from my old school. Tons of girls do it. Oh, I see. So it's a local thing? You know, now that you mentioned it though, I do see a girl. Oh, thank goodness. I'm not crazy after all. Gotcha! I did this to myself. Maybe there's something wrong with your glasses? I don't think so. I got them replaced just recently. Well, I glanced nervously over at the other girl, still painting. She doesn't seem to be interested in making herself be noticed by Kade. I need to think of a way to show her what I'm talking about. How about I try showing you what I mean by drawing it? Ooh, I'd love to see that. You look like you'd be a talented illustrator. I'll try. Time to draw! Try your best to draw the mysterious green girl so Kade knows what you're talking about. Or don't try. I don't know, I'm not your real dad. P.S. The minigame you're about to play is missing a lot of features in the demo. Also, it might be a little jank. Have fun! That's pretty. That's about as close as I'm gonna get with a mouse. Yes, I'm sure. I need to verify that I'm not hearing faint feedback of myself. I'm not. Okay. There we go. Sure is, something. I get it though, I do. You're trying to draw, abstract imagery. You really don't need to rub it in. And what do you call this masterpiece? Girl? Girl, huh? Honestly, I might bring this home. Do you think there's any galleries that'll accept gold? Yeah. Really? Probably. Maybe. Modern art galleries, at least. The girl exhibit might be a little tough to sell, though. Never mind, I can't think of a way to get her to notice the other girl. Anyway, I'm sure Shizuka wouldn't mind teaching you the basics. She's a member of the art club, after all. She usually spends her time here, but it doesn't seem like she's here right now. What does she look like, out of curiosity? Oh, she's very distinct. She wears a bowstring instead of a regular tie, and a beret. Gives off real artsy vibes. Can't miss her. Right. Can't miss her. Well, I suppose we should get going then. There's only a few places left to see. Alright. Kai head back out of the room and I moved to follow her, taking one last look back over my shoulder. The painter girl gives a gentle wave goodbye. As the painter girl turns back to face her painting, I step out of the room and close the door behind me. Anyway, I think that's all for the tour. I hope you know the school in and out now, water fountains and all. Thank you. I'll never go thirsty again. What do you mean? Oh, nothing. Well, if you'd like, I could show you some of my favorites in the library. Your favorites? Nothing. I mean, not nothing, but not anything really important. I just thought we could maybe take a look at some of my favorite books together. What? Like, together? Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be, romantic relations aren't really against the rules, but I know you just got here. You're just really pretty, and there you are, new girl! Who are you? I'm about to be your new girlfriend, cutie. Girlfriend? Girlfriend? I've been hearing about the cute new transfer student all day, and the rumors are true. I'm not gonna let these other girls get their hands on you first. What? Rumors? I don't even know you. You can fix that easy. Come here and let's get to know each other. Wait, I'm not really comfortable. Hey, personal space! Stay back! Let it happen, cutie! No! I'm running.
Where do you think you're going? Far away from you! Hey! No running in the halls! I don't really have a choice at the moment! Ha! Thought you could have a race without me? It's not a race! Not anymore, because first place is mine! Ha! My fated rival. Destiny draws us together once more! I see that you're in the middle of training for your final battle against me. I have no idea what you're talking about. There's no need to be so... I thought I told you not to tell anyone. I didn't tell anyone! Then why are you running away. And you're also choosing me. Great, thanks. I said no running in the halls. I'll report all of you. Back off, she's mine. Those are big words coming from someone in striking distance.
Awesome!
I need to get out of here. The whole school is gonna be after me at this rate.
Anyway, we're caught up to the present now. This is right about where we left off. I see. So that's why you were hiding behind a water fountain? Yes? All this attention, all these confessions, is all too much. Besides, Kade said this water fountain is the one everyone usually forgets about. That is why I usually use it. I should just drop out and become a hermit now. Really? I would have killed for cute girls climbing all over me at your age. What's got you so scared? This, pointer. I don't want to disappoint anyone. Y'all seem to have such high expectations, but I don't know if I'm the person they want me to be. No matter how hard you try, you'll always end up disappointing someone. The key is to make sure you're not disappointing yourself. Have you ever disappointed someone? Of course I have. Do you think my parents wanted me to become a teacher? I guess not, but you followed your heart, right? What? Well, you listen to your gut to become a teacher and do what you love, right? Oh no. I mostly just took this job because I thought it was easy. Ah. But I never doubted for a second that having an easy job was more important than the mild disappointment of my parents. I was totally right. So you shouldn't get caught up in disappointing others either. I guess. I can't really tell them the real reason. I can't tell anyone. Hey, thanks. You don't have to thank me. You're the one who decided to open up about how you were feeling. I guess I did, didn't I? You've got plenty of time to figure out what you want, Carrie. And I'm confident you'll make the right choices for you. Thanks. Wait, did you just call me Carrie? See you in class! Just when I thought this day was starting to get better. Does this haircut really change my look that much? Or is this school just full of strange girls? I can barely look people in the eye when they talk. I'm always scared of saying the wrong thing. It's just impossible. I don't even know if I want a girlfriend. Oh, I guess that's the bell for class. I gotta hurry. Quickly make my way back to my classroom. Pause a moment in the doorway. Take a deep breath, muttering to myself. Okay, just relax. Gotta make a good first impression. I'm not gonna be the nervous, gloomy kid again. It's new school, new class, new hair, new me. Big smile. I force my mouth into a smile. I can feel my long-neglected face muscles struggle to take on the unfamiliar shape. I open the door and step inside. Sorry I'm late. I had to look for the classroom a bit. Oh, you're here. I'm glad. I was about to have to mark you as tardy. Ah, it seems fate has woven our paths together once more, my sworn rival. Well, then ain't second place. Nice hustle out there. Too bad you're up against the best. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Cutie, is this perfect? Have you and your girlfriend in the same class? Come sit by me so we can get to know each other up close and personal. Hey, get out of the way, short stack. I can't see my girlfriend. You? I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not anyone's girlfriend. Aw, don't be like that, Sweetkins. You're breaking my heart. Come on, don't you want a girlfriend who's this cute? Stop! I don't want any kind of girlfriend. I don't want to date anyone. I just want to be single. Tile dropped! Some more credits. There we go. Big Yoshi. Awesome. That was great. Here, let me click it. Let me click this Kickstarter image. Come on. Oh, my computer doesn't like this. Anyway, there it is. There's a link to that Kickstarter. It's not live yet. It will be sometime next month. Well, yeah. Okay. Ugh. Close out. I have one tour point. This fun parallax. Okay. Oh, there we go. Alright. Put me back here. Back to this screen. Who can I raid? Hang on. Is there anyone I follow who's not streaming Elden Ring? Because I don't want people to get spoiled. Good. Most people are playing Elden Ring. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like 8. There's like maybe 10 channels I follow, who aren't streaming Elden Ring right now. So we're just gonna stop because I don't want people to get spoiled if they don't wanna. That was I Just Want to Be Single. I look forward to it. And speaking of demos of visual novels, sometime next month I will do a commentary stream of my own visual novel. I haven't figured out a date yet, but look forward to that. Bye-bye.